before your hands.
Yeah, these are out. I should be good either way. I haven't seen that green shirt.
Thank you. May I put this on?
Absolutely.
Did you want the string?
No, these are.
All
All right. I told you it was cold, didn't I? Sweatshirts, t-shirts, everything. It's still cold here. So, like we talked about at the house, I want to sit down and talk to you, kind of go over this, figure out what happened. Are you a little more relaxed now?
Well, yes, but still.
Still, oh, I understand. Before we talk,
Okay.
we have to do formalities. All right, I'm sure you've watched TV,
Mm-hmm.
your rights and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Now, just out of curiosity, are this supposed to do this when I get arrested?
no.
How does that work?
It's before you're questioned about the incident.
Okay.
The things with booking, your name, address, all that kind of stuff.
Just formalities.
Yeah, that you have to do. This is just, now that we're gonna talk about kind of what happened today,
Okay.
we're gonna go through this.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna have you read these, all right? Starting here, just if you could read the
Oh,
first.
this is all the things.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you could read the first one out loud to me.
Sure. I have the right to remain silent.
You understand that? Okay. And read the rest of these to yourself. And after you're done, just put your initials if you understand them on your side. If you have questions about any of them, just let me know. All right. It's Michael, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Where were you born?
Queens, New York.
Your birthday?
8/16/83.
All right. How far did you go in school?
I'm past college.
Did you have a four-year degree, more than that?
Yeah, four-year degree.
Your ability to read is good?
I think so, yes.
Ability to write is good?
I think so.
Okay. So now that you've read all this and you understand it, you're willing to talk to me about, we can talk about what happened today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
All right.
May I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this like mic'd and recorded? And
It
taped
is.
and everything?
Yep. It's, you know what,
a
it's,
TV show or
no,
is
it's for,
this for you
it's
guys?
for, so, you know, one, so I can go back and kind of look and
Of
make
course.
sure, you know,
Right.
get
I just
everything
wanted-
correct.
Well, yeah.
And it's also protection for both of us.
Right, that's
So
what's going
they can't
on.
say down the line that, oh, he never
You said this,
that.
I said that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And my goal here, and should be your goal here, is the truth
Right.
about all this.
Right.
Obviously, we know, kind of what happened,
Mhm.
but we want to get into a little bit of you and kind of, what your thoughts were about this, and just kind of figure it all out.
Okay.
All right?
Mhm.
So, let's go back to like the very beginning of how did all this start?
Well, just talking online, really. I mean, just talking to random people. I mean, I've been going through a lot of things recently, and seeing a therapist
Mhm.
and a psychologist right now, and just trying to work out a lot of issues I
Yeah.
have, et cetera. And,
Are you married, single?
No, single. But I've been, just going through some rough patches, and I'm looking for an outlet to be able to try and speak to people,
Sure.
and just talk, and that's where I was. Just the app was kind of giving me.
Now, what
outlet
app
to
were you
kind of-
using for this?
I guess Whisper was this one. that I was talking, you know.
Yeah. Are there
Yeah.
others?
Well,
I know there's, I know obviously there's.
well, I mean, there's Whisper, there's, I guess, the other ones are, there's Scout, there's, I guess just basically that.
Are they
really.
dating sites?
Well, some of them are. Some Whisper is not a dating site per se, you know, and neither is a Scout might be more
Yeah.
like along the lines of a dating site.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. And
So there's things like Snapchat or
No,
Kik or
no.
Instagram,
I've used them in the past,
Right,
but
right.
not. I have not.
Facebook, like Facebook Messenger or something
Well,
like that.
yes, but that's like between friends and stuff. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
So, up until yesterday, actually, I never heard of Whisper.
Uh-huh.
So tell me how it works.
People just post things on there, and if you feel like it's, you know, interesting to what you have to say or what you want to do or say or whatever, then you answer it.
Is it like you create a profile?
No. It's all anonymous. People just post
Oh, it
things
is.
up online, and that's that.
Is it regional?
I guess so.
Okay. Again, because I've
Could be.
never actually even seen it. I didn't hear about it.
It could be.
So you just post something on like a board or a
Yeah,
site,
exactly.
and then if people look at it, you put your picture up there, that kind of stuff.
I mean, you could if you really want to.
All right. So tell me about how you started meeting chatting with.
I remember just chatting with her. Really.
What's her name?
I really don't know. I don't remember.
Okay.
Not
About-
this moment. I
Yeah.
might remember it during our conversation.
Yeah, if you do, just
considering
throw
all
it
the
out,
stuff
doesn't-
that's coming
Yeah. So
to me right now.
about how long ago do you think you started chatting with her?
Oh, I mean, it had to be a couple days. It was only a few days. It was probably,
Today's October 4th, I think.
well, today's Sunday, right?
Sunday.
So probably Thursday.
Okay.
Thursday or Friday.
That's the first time you had any contact with her?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And how did it start?
Well, she had a posting up on there about people wanting to come, people chilling and things like that, but that they might as well bring bring some food, and she said something about chilling and Netflix, and that they should be bringing food and and I guess marijuana.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
is what her post had said.
Okay.
So, they didn't say anything about anybody's age or
Right,
anything
right,
else
right.
whatsoever, you know.
So you guys started chatting?
We just started chatting that way, you
Yeah.
know, and then throughout the conversation, later on throughout the conversation, you know, obviously it had come out how old she was.
Yeah.
But our conversation, we were just chatting the entire
Yeah.
time until then.
Remember what kind of topics you guys were talking about?
We spoke about food.
Yeah.
We spoke about weed. We spoke about hanging out and watching TV,
Mhm.
and that was mostly it. We didn't speak about any kind of sexual things
Okay.
whatsoever. Which is, you know, this is a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
You know, obviously. Obviously, maybe not obviously, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that was the bulk of what we spoke about.
Food, weed, and kind of just hanging out.
Pretty
watching
much,
TV and stuff.
pretty much.
What did you think when she said she was 13?
I mean, at first, you know, I was a little alarmed that, you know, of the age, you know, but with, you know, I really felt like there was definitely a position that she was putting herself in that wasn't going to be a good one.
Yeah.
You know, depending who, you know, she could have been talking to somebody else who wasn't like me, you know, and they might have tried to do something else to her or tried to act in a certain way,
Mhm.
you know, to really harm her or to have more of a sexual intent to go in
With her.
Yeah. So,
at what point, she told you she was 13, and you continued
Well, we did continue talking, yes, we did continue talking,
About
yep.
the same type of things? Just
Basically, yes.
food, weed,
You can,
chilling?
I think you have.
Yeah, I have
probably.
some.
So you can see it, you know.
Um,
We never discussed doing anything sexual to each other. We never discussed making advancements towards each other like that. I mean,
I read through them.
yeah, go ahead.
There's there wasn't any explicit sex talk. You threw a couple pieces of bait out there for her to see if she'd bite at it.
Well, not necessarily. If you want, you can pull it out. I would like to look at it.
Yeah, well,
but definitely.
Yeah, no, there was no, again, no straight sex talk.
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking here too.
So.
I think we're just talking. I don't
Yeah, we are.
I feel relaxed.
And that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
It is important for us to kind of get this out.
Yeah, I mean,
Because right now we have Mike, a 32-year-old from Stanford, or New York.
Harrison, yeah.
Who comes to Fairfield
Mhm.
to meet a 13-year-old girl.
Right.
It's a problem.
Right.
So that's why I need to kind of get through this. So just top of my head, without digging through all these, she mentioned that she cracked her back and she does yoga.
Mhm.
And then, you remember what you said?
No, I don't. But you can.
How's your downward dog?
Well, okay, yeah, but that's a yoga move still. But
It is, but
yeah,
like, come on.
I mean,
I'm a guy, you're a guy. I get it.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How's your downward dog? LOL, I think is what it was. So,
Mhm.
I mean, how old are you?
I'm 32.
All right, I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm almost as long as you've been alive. I know. I text people. I know.
Right.
Throwing it out there a little bit, see what she says. She didn't bite at it.
Well.
Whether
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm
So
listening
I mean, I read all these. I mean, there's there's pages and pages.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And most of it is just
like I said,
throwing
right?
weed, chilling.
That's what I said.
Every once in a while, you threw a little bait out. You threw a little.
Yeah, but there's. I get.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get where you're trying to go with this,
Yeah.
but regardless, like I know what the conversation mainly
Right,
was.
right,
I mean,
absolutely.
and you do too.
Absolutely,
You
I
know,
do.
so you're not.
Absolutely.
You're not disagreeing with me.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
Just make.
But
sure, because
But are you disagreeing with me that you kind of threw a little like? Hey.
I'm disagreeing the intent that you're trying to. You might be feeling like I was trying to get from it.
Right, to see if she would say, would you like to see it or anything like that?
Well, I mean, I can't. That's not where the conversation was going, nor intended to go anywhere, because.
Which is not what I said.
Well.
All right. So you talked to her for a couple weeks.
No, a couple days.
A couple days.
Just a couple days.
Then you. How do we get to today?
Well, we get to today because she had been talking about trying to meet up and hang out. And I had agreed, I believe, and I was quite hesitant about it several times, and about her coming to, coming to Stanford or coming up to see me, which she also said she could do. But in any event, so basically that's, we had discussed it, and that was basically where we went.
When you made
trying
plans to come up.
Well, I made plans to try and come up here and just to see what was going on.
And what were you guys going to do today?
Well, I was coming over here. All I knew there was a 13-year-old girl. I did not know. I didn't even know if she was 13. She said she was 13. How do you know if she's 13? How do you know if I'm 32? Other than my age.
Yeah.
But like I've been. I came up this way because I wanted to see what was going on, and obviously I did find out what was going on.
What were your plans to go to?
My
In
plans.
your head, what were your plans?
My plans strictly were just going to be hanging out.
Yeah.
That was it. That was my only plan. That was the end of it. I had no other intent with this girl whatsoever. Because, like you said, and I said before, she was young. She's 13, so that that's not the type of person I am. So.
Did you understand the repercussions of potentially hanging out with a 13-year-old?
Well, no, actually, I did not. realize that just by the act of you going to hang out with somebody who was under a certain age would actually get you in trouble. So I did not know that.
That ever crossed your mind?
It did cross my mind for a moment, but I didn't think that I actually could get in trouble going to hang out with her. I mean, I did say to her, you know, obviously a couple times, like, that might, you know, I might have trouble if that was, you know, if I did go, but I'm not.
Yeah, well, you're cute
I
and
wasn't
cool
sure.
too. I know I could get in trouble for even talking to you.
Oh, there you go.
So,
And then
and
I
you
did-
knew there was.
Then I
an-
must have said,
Yeah.
must have been, yeah, some issue, but I really didn't think that I could go and get in trouble 100% going to hang out with someone who
A
was underage.
13-year-old
Just
girl,
hanging,
knowing that her parents aren't
well,
home.
if I'm not doing anything that's, number one, you know, anything that's sexual, or two, trying to do anything along those lines,
Right.
you know? People do this all the time where they go meet up in the mall and go hang out, and they're out in public. You know, what's the big difference? You know,
The big
and
difference is 32 and 13, that's the big difference.
I understand
You
the
get that?
age. I
You get the
understand-
difference?
No, I do.
Okay.
I understand the age difference. I
And it's
do.
important that you understand that.
I do. I understand the age difference, and
Right.
and that's why I really was not intending on doing anything with this girl, because she was young, and like I said, if she had met somebody else who maybe didn't have those intentions, or did have further intentions, worse intentions, she could have gotten really in trouble. She could have gotten hurt, perhaps, you know.
So, if I remember right, did you say something when you were at the house, that you came there to kind of teach her that you weren't gonna, that this was the wrong thing to do, to meet somebody?
Well, I didn't necessarily say it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're phrasing it a lot better than I had at the moment, because I was
Yeah,
so like,
you were taken by surprise. Yeah.
well, yes, you know.
Was that just
May,
a- was
may
that
I
a-
ask, may I ask for a second, because of just
Yeah.
a little, you know, I know this is an interview, and I know you don't know me, and I don't know you, but you do seem like a nice guy, and I don't know what your impression is.
My
You know,
impression of you?
of me, yeah. I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
the
I have this.
well, the paperwork, and me sitting here,
Right.
but like, I don't know. I'm just like in a.
No,
Are you? I know you're not trying to like be my friend, but you seem like a nice guy. I'm
And
trying
I
to
am.
talk to you. I'm not.
and that's,
I don't want like. I got it. I'm sorry.
I have, believe me, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not sitting here judging what you're doing. My job is fact-based. It's
Right.
what happened.
Right.
And I
right,
want to
right.
get a clear picture of what happened and how we got here.
Right.
That's it. I'm not judging you, I'm not, I'm not thinking, what's wrong with you? But, if you say something that, I think we need to clarify, I'm going to clarify it.
Of course.
So,
of course.
so when
of
you
course.
talk about going to the mall to meet somebody,
I'm just
that's a little
saying.
different. And I know
that's
you're
why
just,
right.
right.
But that's why I said it, because to me, like that's no different than what just has
Yeah.
has transpired.
I got it.
It almost isn't any different. But
Right.
go ahead.
So, let me just put a hypothetical out there. Had this not been what it was,
Mm-hmm.
with us there,
Mm-hmm.
and the other people there,
Mm-hmm.
and it was you and this 13-year-old girl,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think would have happened today?
Well, I could only tell you what would have happened on my end.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, I mean, I would have gone there, and she said that her mother was coming home today
Right.
until about 6 o'clock. So I was going to go there. I was going to go hang out, and if her mother ended up coming in, I would have explained to her what was going on. But that besides that would have been. That's all I would have
Were you
done.
guys going to go out to eat or anything? I know you guys talk about food a lot in here.
We did talk a lot about food, but we didn't.
I was getting hungry kind of. Actually,
I
reading
wasn't
the
sure.
text.
I have no idea of
Right.
what was,
You guys talk about weed a lot.
Yeah, we spoke about that a little bit. Yeah.
Was the plan to smoke and eat?
I mean, I was planning on trying to just like I said, being there, make sure things are okay. I would have definitely sat down and ate. I would have hung out, but that's pretty much it.
All right. Do you didn't have any weed on you?
No, not when they arrested me. No.
So you didn't bring any weed?
I don't have anything at all. They gave me a ticket.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Okay.
they gave me a ticket for having paraphernalia.
All right. Where was that?
Huh?
Where was the paraphernalia?
That was in my vehicle.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have any marijuana in your car?
I think there was a little bit less than. I don't know, they had the ticket downstairs, but yes, there was.
All right, there was some marijuana. So, safe to say that had there been a 13-year-old girl, you would have sat down, hung out, had some food, maybe talked about blades, like got some stuff out in the car, you guys would have smoked.
Well, you know, I really can't tell you. I really can't tell you.
Can't or don't want to?
No, I really just can't tell you because, you know, it's really, first,
Well, that's
you're
the-
going there and you're trying to, like, get a feel for the person and see what situations like. I mean, you know, that was the intent of, I mean, you've got it right here.
Yeah,
You can
I know.
go ahead and bring it up. I'll talk to you about it. You
All right.
know, I have nothing to,
And I didn't smoke, LOL. I could fix that,
oh,
I believe that's what you said.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Money go to the show. There was a couple more here, but regardless. I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, did you blaze? Throwing around, definitely blaze beforehand. I just blaze, don't tempt me. So, you know, obviously, how often do you smoke marijuana?
I
Decent amount?
probably smoke a decent amount, yes.
Do you smoke every day, you think?
Probably close
Yeah.
to it, you know.
Yeah.
I go through you know, ups and downs really with it. It's like there's a very long period of time where I do not smoke at all, and then I start smoking again, and then it's just like, yeah, it's just not good. Yeah, it's just not good.
Have you ever been arrested before for anything?
No.
Never? Nothing that was, an arrest that was cleared up or nothing like that, nothing at all?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
And what other work do you do besides tutoring?
That's it. Just trying to find work. That's it.
Do you work on your own or with a company?
Self-employed.
And do you have a company name or is
No, I
it
do not.
just word of mouth? And what do you, I saw your,
More or
math,
less.
you tutor
I mean,
math?
that's, yeah.
Yeah, you're a math tutor or do you tutor anything and everything?
Math can be, I mean, if I can, I'll tutor it, yeah.
Well, you said you had,
Math is specifically, but if I can, I'll tutor it. Yeah.
you had a client today that you worked with, was that math? Or did you not have a client today? Before you came today?
I did.
You did. Was
Yes.
that math or
Yes, it
was? Okay, all right, I'm just trying to get an idea of
Yeah.
what kind of stuff,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
stuff you're teaching.
Yeah.
Did you work, what kind of work have you done between college and now?
It's literally just that, just
tutoring?
Just work for
So
myself.
you're full-time,
Just self-employed.
and is it high school, middle school, grammar school, anybody?
It's usually, it's pretty much anybody.
Yeah. What levels of math do you go up to?
It's anybody, so it goes up to like calculus.
Is that, what did you major in school? Did you major math?
Yes.
And where'd you get your degree from?
I own a college.
And that's in New York?
Never show.
New York. All right, so you understand why we're here.
Oh, of course. Of course, 100%.
We have a 33-year-old guy
Mm-hmm.
talking about smoking marijuana, hanging out with a 13-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
drive from Stanford to Fairfield
Mm-hmm.
with marijuana, and what kind of vapor is that that's in? There's a liquid?
Oh, that was,
How is that?
that's,
I mean,
that's
what
like
test
a,
is
it's,
that?
that's just a
It's not like a hash
it's just like
oil,
an
it's an
e-cigarette.
e-cigarette.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's something along those lines, yeah.
All right. You know, had the marijuana hidden in a Cheetos box.
Well, yes, but that was for my own safety as well. I mean,
So you see the issue.
yes, I do.
Right.
Yes, I do.
And you see the
Severity of it, yes.
severity and the importance of,
Being honest and talking to you and
Right.
all of this, yes, I do.
okay. So what do you think, would you have any questions for me about from here out what's going on? I know I told you when
Well,
we
you
were
told
driving
me,
in
you
that
told me you
I'd
talked
answer
to me
whatever
upstairs,
questions.
so,
Do you have questions?
I do have questions.
Go.
I'm sorry, I'm
No,
just like
I got you.
trying to like
Ask me whatever you want.
get this all out.
Yeah, no, I got it. It's,
Well, I have a lot of questions I don't want to answer. I probably don't want the answer to at this point, but, okay, the first question, my vehicle?
your vehicle is being towed. It was brought here, we inventoried it,
Uh-huh.
and then it's gonna be towed, and I'll find out what, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna
Oh, is it pre-towed? Like, can I just have somebody come pick it up, or?
It's gone already.
Okay.
It was towed by,
So I won't
It's
be
not
able
on
to,
here, but
so I
I'll
won't be
find
able to get the vehicle today?
no, probably not.
Am
Well,
I going-
maybe.
Am I going to jail today?
Well, here's the deal, you were charged with criminal attempt to commit risk of injury to a minor,
Mm-hmm.
and then the possession of marijuana was the infraction.
Right.
So once we go downstairs, the shift commander will look at the charges and set a bond for you. And once you figure out what that bond is, you have the option of trying to call somebody to post your bond, get some money to get you out of here. If they don't post your bond,
I go to
you'll
jail.
stay here tonight and you'll go to court tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You'll go get arraigned in front of the judge,
Mhm.
and the judge can either raise your bond, lower your bond, keep it the same, or get rid of it. Those are the options that, and the judge will look at the merits of the case and decide what's going to happen. You will then, again, sometime during the day tomorrow, have the opportunity, if the bond is lowered, to have somebody try to post your bond to get you out. Okay? So that's kind of the process. Once we figure out your bond, you can make a phone call and get somebody to try to work on getting out.
Okay.
Does that make sense? You understand it?
I'm just letting it sink in for a second.
I got you. I got you.
Is that okay, or do you
No.
do you have to run
No,
or
we
something?
can sit right here, we're good.
Okay. Okay.
While you think about it, let me ask you this. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask what specifically gave me the charge?
Because you brought marijuana.
Sorry.
That's okay, that's freezing up, fair enough. Because you brought marijuana up to Fairfield to meet a 13-year-old girl. And all of this chat was talking about coming up and meeting a 13-year-old.
And if I did not bring marijuana with me?
There probably would have been an issue as well. You probably would have been charged with that. Because it's, the way the statutes are written, it's you're a 32-year-old man meeting a 13-year-old girl online,
Uh-huh.
coming up to her house
Okay.
when she's alone in her house.
Okay.
That's a problem.
Well, yes, I do understand that.
And that's,
I know. But like I said, immediately when I got there, I said, do you mind if I take a look around? I mean, you know.
I understand that and I'll go back to your
I mean,
your analogy of
yeah.
meeting at the mall.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's not the same thing. There are inherent dangers for you and for a 13-year-old girl for you coming to her house. If you went to your buddy's house, would you say, hey, let me look around, I gotta make sure nothing's going on? Make sure there's nobody hiding over
Oh,
there.
but
Right, of course not.
I trust
Right.
my buddy. I don't know what's going on.
So
I've never
you're-
met this person before.
Right.
How
So
could
you're
I-
putting a
Dullness.
13-year-old girl
Uh-huh.
into some sort of danger. A 13-year-old who can't make those decisions and judgments on their own because of their age, and that's why they have the law. It's putting a minor, a 13-year-old, at risk of injury. That's the way the statute's written. So, yeah, it would have been.
Even though there was no
Doesn't matter.
harm and bring a gun and I don't
Doesn't
have
matter.
any
It's
weapons.
a 13-year-old girl
Yeah.
who can't make those judgments on their own because of their age.
Okay.
And you're a 32-year-old man, grown man, coming to a house. It's a problem.
Fair enough.
Okay. One of the things we're going to do at some point is we're going to get a search warrant and go through your phone, or apply for a search warrant, go through your phone, get copies of everything here, again, because we want to make sure stuff is the same.
Yeah.
Is there a passcode on your phone?
Yes, there is.
Just so we don't have to
Yeah, it's 0011.
do any damage on it to as they try to, You didn't have any, like, computers in your car, iPads, nothing like that you communicate with?
No, just my iPhone, it's my iPhone.
Right, it's your iPhone.
Yeah.
What's your phone number?
914-912-5002. So there's no way I can, like, just let my dad know where I'm at.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean, like now, so I can tell him to come here.
We're gonna go right downstairs and do what you call, because you'll use the phone, the booking phone down there. And there's no use calling
Can I
him.
just have a minute, like,
Yeah,
sit here for a second?
There's no use calling him right now if you don't know the bond.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, unfortunately, it's not unlimited phone calls,
Yeah.
so, again, from here on, I think you need to, and maybe because you're in the moment, and you have a lot of stuff on you right now, you need to see the bigger picture of.
I understand
It's a
where
problem.
you guys are coming from.
It's a problem what you did.
I
Regardless of
understand.
marijuana, it's a problem.
I
It's a
understand.
problem, a 32-year-old chatting up a 13-year-old about.
I mean, you can probably see she's chatting me up too.
Oh,
I was not.
I understand it.
Does that?
But here's.
Does that do anything or no? Does it
No,
matter?
No. Here's the thing. What should happen is you're on Whisper, you're on whatever. Hey, how are you? Like
13 to 5.
I like your app, I like
Yeah.
your picture, whatever. We talk about food. Hey, how old are you? 13. Oh, all right. I'm sure you're very nice, but have a nice day. That's what should be happening. And believe me, I get the whole what you explained. You're going through things and texting and all these apps, and it's an easy way to communicate with people. And if you're not overly comfortable doing it face to face or whatever, it's an easy way to do it. I get it. I understand it. 100% I get it. But there's that level of anonymity between the two people that makes it easy. But when you close that gap of anonymity, you have to make sure that you're not dealing with a 13-year-old. Obviously, because you're here. There's nothing wrong with going on these apps and talking and doing whatever. But as soon as somebody says I'm 13 or I'm 15 even, I guess thanks, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think you're smart enough to know that.
Does this stop at all, or can you
Yeah,
stop it?
yeah, it'll turn off when we leave, yeah. It's all recorded, so.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get you downstairs so you can call your dad and see about trying to get out here.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Can I? I don't even know what I want to do.
No, I got you. I understand.
Just like very, very. Am I gonna be able to look at my car today? You said or no?
I'm not sure if you call the garage and they can come meet you there, maybe.
Yeah, I have to pay for a tow.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
right?
so-
Do you know how much that is?
Ballpark is like 120 maybe, but I'm not
Okay.
positive. You had some cash, I think, in your.
Yeah, I had a little bit of cash.
Yeah, so 100, and I don't know if there's something else.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
couple hundred in there, so. But we'll give you the number, we'll give you all that.
Okay.
All right?
I guess
Yeah.
the last question is, you don't know what bond is, do you?
No, that's where you have to go down in the ship commander, we'll set that.
Do you have like a
I don't know.
ballpark?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't want to tell you one thing and have it be wrong.
Well-
Say, yeah.
What can I do, you know?
Yeah.
Either way. Okay. Put these back on?
Yep, yeah, just it's.
Okay, yeah,
we're in
yeah. Oh,
transport.
let me take this off, because.
We'll take it off downstairs.
I just
Once we
don't-
get to that room, no, once we get back down to that room, yeah, just put your sleeves up a little, yeah, because these things are a pain. Once we get back down to that room, we'll take it off. All right, you have any questions after this, just let me know.
Yeah, no,
All right,
will I
I'll be
have,
on.
will I have your contact information?
I'll put my card in your property,
Okay.
all right?
Okay. Good, thank you.